on Transformation Tuesdays, where we talk about rest, resilience, and resistance, the 3 R's. And so I'm really glad you joined me today. If you weren't able to join live, you can absolutely catch it on the replay. So today we're talking about rest. Your workforce isn't tired, they're depleted. There's a big difference between both of them. So let's stop and just take a breath. We're going to breathe for like 3 seconds. So inhale, exhale. One more time. Inhale, exhale. Whew. I needed that just like you did. Today we are talking about something we don't talk about enough. Not because it's not important, but we've normalized running on empty. I'm going to say that again. We have normalized running on empty, and we got to stop that. Let me say this up front. Your workforce isn't just tired, they're depleted. 1 in 3 employees say they're just surviving. 1 in 2 can't stay focused. And when I saw these statistics, I didn't just see numbers, I saw people. People like you, people like me. Tired is I need a nap, right? Hey, we could always use a nap. Some people call me the nap queen. But depleted means I don't know how to get back to myself. Depleted is I don't know how to get back to myself. How do I get back to me? I've lived this. Sitting in the car before work, gripping the steering wheel, just trying to figure out how to make it. Tired. People talk about their 5 to 9 after their 9 to 5. I can clearly remember my 5 to 9 a.m. before my 9 to 5. Right? Showing up, but not fully there, and still expected to lead, to perform, and to deliver. Here's what we don't talk about enough. People don't show up to work empty. They show up already carrying lots of things. They're carrying caregiving. My mom's currently in the hospital, right? That's real. Luckily, my sister's here. They're carrying parenting. They're carrying life. They're carrying stress. They're carrying uncertainty. You fill in the blanks. A lot of us are carrying different things. And then we ask them to perform at the highest level without ever asking, what are you carrying? What are they carrying? Rest is not a reward. Rest is a strategy. Rest creates clarity, better decision-making, emotional regulation, increased innovation, sustainability. Let's tell the truth. Let's level set. You don't get your best thinking from exhausted people. You just don't. This is where we have to be honest. If people can only rest when they break, then something is broken. I'm going to say that again. If people can only rest when they break, then something is truly broken. That's not a people problem. That's a design problem. I've seen leaders push so far that the only way they knew how to reset was to go out on leave. It happened to me. Not because they weren't strong. When that happened to me, I was indeed strong, but I was depleted. I had nothing left. Let me give you 3 ways to start thinking about rest differently. From a personal perspective, ask yourself this question. Where are you running on empty and calling it normal? From a team perspective, do your people feel safe to pause or only to perform? I'm going to say that one again. As a leader, think about your team for a second. And this is introspection, truth-telling time. Do your team members feel safe to pause or only to perform? At an organizational level, is rest built into how work happens, or is rest only available when people break? Where are you right now? Are you tired or depleted? Feel free to comment. Rest is not about doing nothing. It's about creating conditions where people can bring their best. And if we don't design for rest, we will continually pay for burnout. That's some truths about rest. Next week, we're going to talk about resilience, because we've been taught to push through when what we really need to do is learn how to pivot. If this resonated with you, share it, tag someone, bring them to the conversation, because we're building something here, not just awareness, but a different way of thinking about work. Rest is not the opposite of work. It's really what makes work work. And as you start thinking about it, don't rush it. Let your story breathe. Let your truth land. Because what we're offering isn't just insight, it's permission. And for a lot of us, that's exactly what we need. So I hope you've enjoyed it. We're going to share of information, hashtag 3R. And I look forward to talking with you next Tuesday. So Transformation Tuesdays, I will be live streaming every Tuesday for the next 6 weeks. Thank you.